got one, and now it's in your court, obviously. I mean, y'all feel pretty good, obviously, about where you are?
Yeah, no, I mean, we were disappointed about not winning the game last night, but I wouldn't say there's total displeasure. You know, I think there's some things that we did well last night that we definitely can improve in, that can help us. I think in Game 3, you know, just looking at the situation, we're basically in a very similar scenario of the Orlando. You know, getting Game 1, still, you know, I thought we positioned ourselves to get a win in Game 2. You know, had we been better offensively and moved the ball better, I think it might have been it could have been a different outcome, maybe not, but certainly we see some things where we can improve it. And now that we're coming home, we feel good about you know, about how we played, you know, in Chicago, and now that we're coming home, certainly it's going to be good getting home and playing in front of our home crowd and getting our home crowd behind us. And we're just hoping that, you know, we can see a very similar outcome with you know, the second round as we did in the first.
Was shot selection something that we talked about today?
Yeah, we talked about it quite a bit. Clearly, it was I thought early in the game it was our downfall. I thought in Game 1, I thought we did a better job in moving the ball and not settling for a lot of early perimeter shots by everybody. And you know, I saw it in the first quarter. I called the timeout in the first quarter and addressed it. But as the game wore on, we still had inconsistencies in our shot selection, and I thought that put us behind the 8 ball a little bit. And against a good defensive team on their home court, you can't have those type shots. You know, we addressed it. You know, during timeouts, we addressed it at halftime, and we just didn't. You know, we just didn't do a good job in that area.
Joakim Noah had a drastically different game in Game 1 and Game 2. It seems like they were getting to 50-50 balls a lot more. How do you get your guys to kind of combat that kind of energy from them?
They just have to, you know, follow suit. You know, playoff time, second round is, you know, you lay it on the line. And last night I thought he did. We didn't. You know, we have to win the energy and the effort plays. I thought last night they clearly did in coming up with loose balls and keeping their hands and keeping balls alive. I thought they were much better at it last night than we were. We have to be much better at it, you know, coming home. Noah is an energy guy. We know that about him. We knew that going into this series, so there shouldn't have been any surprises. It's just a matter of putting forth the effort and doing it. And I'm confident my guys will do that now that we're home.
Coach, talk about Josh and some of the decisions he's made.
Oh yeah, I am. I really am. And I had a talk with him, you know, this morning about that. You know, last night he didn't play a typical Josh Smith game. I thought his shot selection was not very good, and I thought he was trying to do too much. And he admitted it that was the case. He didn't feel good about you know, how he was playing. You know, early in the third quarter, I made the decision. I was going to take him out early in the third quarter, but something told me to leave him in there and kind of let it see if he could play through it. And he did exactly that. You know, I thought for about a 5-minute stretch, he got us back in the ball game on his energy and his effort, and just you know, just hustling. And you know, I think he came up with 4 block shots in that stretch. Got out on a break and got a dunk. Got a 3-point play in that stretch. So, you know, that's who he is. And when he plays like that, that's when we are at our best. And I, you know, he and I talked this morning, you know about that, and just who I need him to be, and how he has to play. And you know, hopefully the talk this morning will have done some good.
That's what you want him to. You don't want him sitting out there shooting jumpers. No, you want him running and creating and. causing
want him-
havoc and
Exactly. I want him using his energy. I want him flying all over the place. I don't want him sitting out there, just shooting jump shots and trying to make plays off the dribble. He is a very unique player. He can impact the game on both ends of the floor. I know since I've been here, we haven't had a player like him that can do that. But he has to be flying around and blocking shots and running the floor. And making passes. That's when he's at his best for us. We can't have him just sitting out there just launching threes, because that plays into the opposition's hand. And after I talked he realized that he wasn't happy with how he played last night. But again, I thought he responded very well in that third quarter, that 6-minute stretch where he just totally. I thought he took the game over and got us back into the position where we had a chance.
Coach, talk about Teague. I mean, obviously everybody's kind of really catching on to him for the first time, but you've known him for 2 years, one as assistant, one as a head coach. Was this pretty much what you expected of him once he finally got a shot?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that, the start of this series, all the talk about, Derrick Rose and the potential MVP, which everybody was anticipating, and the fact that Kurt was out, and here I am having to throw Jeff Teague in there, and there was a lot of talk about just the fact that, Jeff Teague had no shot at playing against Derrick Rose. And I just saw it totally different. I mean, Derrick Rose is a phenomenal ball player, but the things that I've seen Jeff Teague do, I really like. It's one of the reasons why, that I had never given up on this kid, because I see what his potential is, and he has really responded really well. First of all, not playing much in the first round, and then staying ready and playing in the second round. That's 2 solid games that he has put together back to back. And you can see, when he's out there playing, he plays with a, he's got a little swagger about his playing. He doesn't. It doesn't look like he's taking a step back and having to go out and to play against the MVP of the league. He just goes out and plays just the way that I know he's capable of playing. Last night, he has good numbers, no turnovers. So that's huge for us, and I can see that it is certainly a confidence builder for him, but he has done just a phenomenal job.
And how big is it? Because all of us here, we see him all the time. A lot of the people who don't cover the team regularly don't, but just he's never been a malcontent, or at least not as far as that we've seen. And just talk about how big that is for him, just being a patient guy waiting his turn, basically.
Well, it's very big. I think as a professional athlete, you get in situations where you don't get certain opportunities right away. It's important that you stay ready. You stay, you stay mentally ready, and he has done that. He's a quiet kid by nature. He doesn't let a lot of things rattle him. If it does, you'll never know it, because he's just, just the way he carries himself. But the fact that the way he has responded, under these circumstances and conditions, it's not like we're in the middle of the regular season and he has to step in and play regular season games. He has to step in and defend, one of the top point guards in this league. He has a responsibility of keeping the team under control and together. He has a responsibility of stepping into the second round of the playoffs when he didn't get many minutes in the first round of the playoffs. That can weigh on a player, particularly if mentally you're not strong to do it. I never questioned the physical part of it, but if mentally you're not, if you're not a strong person and always you stay ready to step in, that could, that can take a toll on you. But he has responded to it, which has been not a surprise to me. Not a surprise to me. I've always thought he was capable, but certainly I take my hat off to him for just staying ready and just responding the way that he has responded.
If Kirk hadn't gotten hurt, what kind of minutes do you think of in this series?
That's hard to say. Yeah. Really depending on matchups. I had planned on using him just because of his speed. I think of any of my guards on this team, he has the potential to match speed for speed with Rose. Maybe not explosiveness with Rose, but he has the potential to match speed for speed. And there was certainly a chance that I would have used him, in this round. Maybe not as many minutes as he's playing now. I definitely would have used him.
What are your thoughts on